What's up, folks? Welcome to another episode of High Proof Ashes. Me and Jason are on location in Dalton, Georgia. You can't see Jason because he's behind the camera, but we'll get to a proper introduction a little bit later in the video. As you can see, we are at Kulture Cigar Lounge. This is the newest cigar lounge here in Dalton. So we're going to go inside, meet the owner, do a quick tour, and get right to it. Y'all come with me. Welcome in, guys. Kulture Cigar Lounge. We are here with the owner. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Antoine Anderson, the owner here at Kulture Cigar Lounge. We're located at 314 South Penn Street, Dalton, Georgia.
All right, man. Well,
come on in.
Let's do a quick little pan of the room and then go straight into the humidor.
So here we have our liquor selection, and we are increasing as things progress. We've got some good Weller 7, some Blanton's. We've got some Crown Apple, nice Chivas Scotch, some Don Julio Reposado, and some lower shelf bourbon, which tastes great, and a good old fashioned as well. And like I said, as things pick up, we'll increase our inventory. Here we have our cigar selection. We've got flavored or infused cigars here in this cabinet by themselves. We've got a little bit of everything from your dead woods to your foundation upsetters to your tobacco, all great cigars. What we have done is everything medium to full flows this way. So you've got your lighter wrappers and fillers, your Connecticut's, your medium full cigars, and then we move over to your full body. And we've got a little bit of everything from your Plasencia to my father to the El Septimo, Empress of Sheba. So whatever your palate is, we probably have something for you.
So we, one of the things we like to do is when we go to cigar lounges, we like to smoke something new and different that we may not have tried before.
Okay.
So I know I have a favorite when I come here. So
yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that cigar, and I think we'll get Jason into smoking one of those today because I don't think he's had one yet.
Well, your favorite is the Rosewood 1923,
okay,
which is by a company called Black Star Line. They are out of Chicago. The gentleman's name that started the company is Eric Bay. He's a retired firefighter. I believe he got hurt on the job, and then he started his own cigar company. Now, predominantly everything that they do comes from Aganorsa leaf factory in Nicaragua. So great cigars, and I have everything from their Connecticut Warwich down to your Boulder Rosewood and the Lalabella. Duran here has basically smoked this box himself.
Yeah.
I actually have to order a box for Duran.
Yes.
The Rosewood, the significance of the name, there was a massacre in Florida, I believe, in the 30s and 40s. I believe Spike Lee did a documentary on it as well, and that's the significance of the Rosewood 1923. Actually, it'd be 1923. It's in the name. But great cigar. Duran loves them. So
yeah, absolutely.
Duran's palate is sophisticated. If he loves them, it's a great cigar.
I don't know about sophisticated. I'm an average guy, but it's a full body, full flavor cigar. So it is absolutely one of my favorites. So if Jason is in, I think that's what we're going to smoke today. How you feel? All right. Well, let's go ahead and get to it. All right, guys, we'll get you. Quick little look at that.
And again, that is the Black Star Line Rosewood, 1923.
Nice. All right, guys. Well, welcome in. Let's get to it.
Welcome to another episode of High Proof Ashes. I'm one of your co-hosts, Jason JB Smoke. And over to my kind of right over here.
It's Duran. No cool nickname, man. We are at a new spot, but on location.
Right. We are on location at Kulture
Cigar Lounge.
Yeah.
Kulture Dalton, with a Georgia. K, right? Kulture with a K. Dalton, Georgia. Owned by Antoine Anderson.
And he opened up a couple months ago, a few months ago.
I want to say 2 months now, something like that.
Okay.
Of course, we met at our home cigar lounge of Ocoy Cigars. Mm-hmm. He's a client of mine as well, so we've become fast friends. So good guy, creates a great atmosphere. He's gracious enough to let us use his private room.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like, they had a private room back here. If you're this far, you saw the intro video of us coming in the place and showing you the humidor and all that. So this is the little private room in the back.
Yeah.
And we're gonna see how we enjoy the place.
Yeah, we'll get cracking.
Nice little room back here. So
it is. It's quiet, man. Like it's definitely like this is a place we could come and have like a private game of poker or something like that. You know, so I think we might utilize this for some other stuff.
Like this is a neat little space back here, and then I'll try to get some footage of the back. But the back was really a pretty big area.
Yeah.
You know, he still has a ways to go, right, to get this place to a point where I think he can have like a large crowd here. But the potential is massive,
great. Yes.
Right? And I think that's great for, you know, a small town like Dalton. So, but the cigar we're going to smoke, we already talked about it in the intro video. So anything you need to know about it, you can go back and check that out.
Yep.
But this is that Rosewood 1923 BSL or Black Star Line is the manufacturer.
Yep.
Never had one of these. I actually saw you had posted a picture somewhere, and I pride myself on my cigar band knowledge.
He was like, "What the hell is that?"
And when I first saw it from far away, right, regular picture, whatever, I was like, "That looks like an Ave Maria." Well, why is he smoking an Ave Maria?
Yeah,
because the band on this looks very similar to an Ave Maria. And so I zoomed in, and I'm like, "That's not an Ave Maria. What the hell is that?" So next time I saw him, I asked him, like, "What were you smoking the other day?" You know, and so he told me about it. But I love it that, you know, you come to a place like this and you find a brand you never heard of. Yeah,
this is definitely a boutique brand. So I've enjoyed a couple of different cigars from them, but this is right down our alley. It's full body, full flavor.
I'm very interested because you've had plenty of them, so you would know.
I've had a few, so you know, I've got something that Jason's never had.
Yeah, hey, that takes some doing.
But let's talk about our spirits today.
Yeah, so we have something that I think it just recently came out, right? And so that's the Doc Holliday you see on the table.
Yeah.
And we're going to go ahead and cut to a video that we did to give you the presentation of the box and all that, because the box is a lot.
It is.
So it's big.
The presentation in itself is just a lot. So it's pretty cool, but y'all check that out.
Yeah, so go for it. All right, folks. Duran is here to open this Doc Holliday 10-year. What's it called? I mean, other than Doc Holliday.
I don't. It's just a Doc Holliday 10-year, I believe. Like, you know, so there are two different versions of this, of course, right? There's this version which has all of the presentation, and I think you can just get the regular 10-year bottle. But of course, if you're gonna do it, you might as well do it the right way, right? So let's see. I agree. Of course, we've got.
Like, show us the.
Actually, let's just pull the bottle out first. How about that, right? Here we go.
So, I mean, it's a nice bottle in a very unique shape.
Bottle's a decanter, of course.
Right, exactly. Got a cool little...
And we've got two pieces here.
But yeah, it comes with these two gun pieces.
Okay, so that goes together like so, of course.
Right. Yeah, so you can lock those together, or unscrew that little piece there, and you can screw on a stopper. But that one we're pretty sure is synthetic.
Yes.
Whereas the one that comes on the regular topper is natural. So, man, nice bottle pop. Love it. But hey, we're gonna get into this bottle, and we're gonna abandon the box because it is taking up too much space.
Absolutely.
So back to the show. All right, so we've gone through showing you all the pieces and parts of the box and, you know, everything else that comes with this. But I'm actually really excited to try the juice inside.
I haven't tasted it.
Right,
this is brand new.
Me neither.
I've heard good things, but those were all from different influencers.
Right. Sure.
So, you know, we'll see how it actually tastes for us.
But it's a 10-year, right?
It is a 10-year.
Okay.
And then the other thing we have on the table is a Remus. It's the 15-year Gatsby.
Which I've never had.
I've had it, and I'll reserve my thoughts until after you taste it. But yeah, we got two bottles that are quite pricey.
Right.
So I think on average the Doc Holliday is around $200, and the Remus is around $250 to $280.
Wow.
So, you know, there's some expensive stuff on the table here this evening.
All right. Well, I'm excited to try this Doc Holliday.
Yeah, I'm gonna crack that right off the bat, just because I want to try it.
Man,
the cork pop is real, right?
Like, that's the third time in a row that it's just like not disappointed. That's crazy.
I'll tell you this bottle is heavy.
Well, yeah. So I asked you before if it was crystal, and you weren't sure.
I'm not sure, but it's
heavy. Well, so crystal's heavy.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't surprise me if this was crystal. I don't know how you would like find out. Like with a glass, it's easy to tell, but with something like this, I don't know how you would tell. Like, because with a glass you can do like that. I mean, it's definitely ringing.
It's thick though, like it, thicker than a Snickers.
Huh. Yeah, that's crazy heavy. Here you go.
So I'll tell you, right off the bat, I really enjoyed the nose on this. Jesus Christ. Get in there. All right, there we go. Back in.
Huh. It's very fruity.
It is. Kind of candied fruits, right? Like,
it's not quite, how do I say it? It's kind of almost like red delicious apple.
Okay.
Something like not green apple.
Yeah.
Because like green apple, you get that sort of sour.
So keep in mind, crazy that we're picking things out because this is only 96 proof.
Right.
So normally on something with 96 proof, it's normally not very aromatic.
It's very aromatic.
This is super aromatic.
But it's not very complex.
No.
In the aromatics, yeah. All right, let's see what it tastes like. The front there's almost nothing. It's so light on the front palate.
Yeah.
Everything's in the middle and the back palate.
I was literally about to say, but once it transitions.
Yeah, it's kind of funky. Got a little funk to it. Like,
it's not a funk that I mind, though, because there's some sweetness there.
Mm-hmm.
There's a sweetness that's very good.
That's hard to place. Like,
I can't pick a true note of any kind out of it. I don't dislike it.
Yeah, I don't dislike it. It's unique.
It's right. And so again, let's keep in mind, Oklahoma product, from what we understand.
Right.
So it's not going to taste traditional.
Right.
In what you expect. Doc Holliday in general does not taste traditional.
Mm-hmm. I can't say that like I love it.
No.
But I don't mind it at all. Like it's unique, it's different. The proof, the lower proof is going to make it more appealing, I think, to folks. I can't imagine this at a higher proof because you just get more of what we are getting now.
Yeah.
And it's
so I'm going to go out on a limb here and say for something that's 96 proof, I think it's your top end of 96 proof. Like it.
Yeah.
I
give you that.
It's a really good bottle for 96 proof. Like it's way more flavorful than a lot of things you're going to find at this proof point.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, whether this goes towards your palate specifically is going to be the question.
Yeah.
I think it's unique enough for me and tasteful enough for me that I enjoy it and I could see myself having it.
I think it's a flavor you're going to remember, right?
Yes.
Like when you go to your cabinet and you see it, and you think about what that tastes like, you're going to remember it because it's unique enough, and then it's low enough proof that you can taste it early in the night, and get all the flavors.
I'm going to tell you truthfully, like I think. So say some of the other stuff we've had at this proof, this might hang around a little bit more than some of the other stuff we've had at this proof, right? Like you might be able to drink this after a 110 and get something. I'm not going to say you're going to get a lot
on the back end.
But you would get more than you would from some other 96 proof.
Definitely on the back end. The front end was very light. There wasn't a whole lot of like classic.
It was
bourbon.
very thin at the front.
Yeah. So like if you're thinking that this is going to be like your classic bourbon flavors, that's not this.
I will say it does have a very long finish.
Yeah, I mean it's still on the palate.
It's just there. it's just hanging
It's
out.
not overwhelming, but it's there.
Yeah, it's just hanging out.
So,
all right, well let's
like
spark, man.
I mean, I like it. Yeah, let's go because
let's get it cracking.
So, not crazy dark, but it is really, really like bumpy. It's not toothy, but like bumpy, right? So it's kind of a little bit rougher.
See what you get on the outside of that wrapper there.
Oh, kind of. It's funny. I'm getting like chocolate and hay kind of at the same time. You know what?
But it's quite aromatic.
You know what it actually reminds me of? Like I needed to combine the two. It smells like back in the day when we used to get those flavored pencils, and you would get like a chocolate flavored pencil.
Yeah,
and it was like
yeah.
wood but chocolate at the same time. It's kind of like that. That
smells like outside and chocolate.
Yeah. All right, let's see what we got here.
The lighter actually looks like it goes pretty well with this bottle, right? Like, you know.
Yeah, definitely with that gun.
Yeah, you know.
Nice draw. Oh, it's even chocolatey on the.
I'm trying to listen, dude. I like these a lot. Like,
I mean, I've seen you smoke them multiple times, and I'm just like, man, he's like really likes that cigar. Where the hell did he get that cigar?
So I knew we were gonna do this episode sooner or later, which is why I was like, we're gonna save it until Jason can smoke it there.
I'm kind of glad I didn't like ask you for one. Ooh, that's weird. It's like a. What is that? It's crazy tobacco-y. Like lots of tobacco.
It's definitely traditional.
Huh. Like the way it hit my palate, it was just like, bam, I'm a cigar. I'm a burley cigar.
Yeah, like you better, you know we here. Like, you know. And again, so we haven't smoked anything today. Well, have you smoked at all today?
Nope.
Which I'm surprised because you was off work, so.
I was doing things.
Okay.
Things to do. You know what I'm saying? I took advantage of the day off to, take care of things, and I kind of slept in a little bit. This is one of those things where I'm going to be going back to the office soon, so I kind of took advantage of being able to sleep in.
I got you.
A little bit. Just kind of take it easy for the beginning part of the day, and then go run the errands. And that's when I started talking to you about, what we were going to do today. And
yeah.
So I'm kind of glad we ended up coming here, because I was wanting to come, and why not come for the first time on the podcast?
Yeah, I like it.
So I've never been here before. You've been here a couple times.
Yeah, I've been 2 or 3 times. Of course, again, like I said, I insured the place, so that's part of it. Too strong? Is it?
Mm-mm. No.
I think it mellows out a little bit after the initial taste. Like,
yeah, I mean that initial light was.
It's brunt. Like, and it's in your face.
Like, as a first cigar of the night, this is a lot, right? This was like a friend that I have. We used to call this a Matthew stick.
Okay.
Because like he would pick these random sticks for us to start the night with, and it would be one of these.
Okay.
Right, and so at that point we knew that was the one and only time we were picking that as a first cigar.
Yeah.
So like I remember the time that we picked a Bella Ortiz as a Maduro as the first cigar of the day, and it was like in the morning. It was like a football day or something like that. We lit that thing up, and it was like, whoa, this is too much, too early. I'm waiting for it to calm down from the foot a little bit, because I can tell that there's some complexity there, but it's a little overshadowed right now by
the strength, right?
By the strength.
Like,
yeah.
So, and that's part of it. I will say, like, it shocked me too when I first had it. Like, I lit it, and immediately I was like, "Ooh, you are strong," right?
Which you like.
I do. I am a huge fan of strong cigars. What I will say is, the first time I had it, I had smoked another cigar before smoking it.
Okay.
So my palate was already awake and ready to go, right?
Yeah.
So I have never done this.
And
it's strong. It's a big strong dude in the background, like, I'll fuck you up. Like, like
Like see, that my mind was going like you came in the room and your big guy friend sees you and he's all happy to see you and he walks over to you and
he just grabs you,
picks you up off the floor like, hey man, what's going on, man? You're like, I can't breathe.
Okay, that's a good analogy because this shit is strong.
Yeah,
it's a monster.
Yeah,
like to come right off the rip.
And I mean, I smoke every day.
Yes.
I mean, so like, but I mean, I didn't mind it. I just wasn't expecting it.
Mm-hmm.
I know
the wrapper's a bit deceiving.
Wrappers tend to be deceiving.
So,
because it's.
But I told you
dark.
it was full body, full strength.
Oh yeah, I know.
And when I
was kind of surprised you wanted to start with this. I thought maybe you'd want to start with something a bit milder and then go to this. Or you were like, let's start with this, and I'm like, all right, let's go.
Every once in a while,
So I mean, I'm able to retro this thing. It's not singeing the nose hairs. There is a lot in there. I'm getting a lot on the retro. I'm getting more on the retro than I am on the palate, actually.
Okay.
That's where a lot of the nuance is starting to bloom a little bit. There's not nearly as much tobacco flavor, if you will, on the retro and the nose. I mean, flavor is the wrong word, but you get what I'm saying. So I need to smoke it a bit more.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll be honest. I think out of the 80 plus episodes that we've done,
this might be the strongest.
No, I was thinking this might be one of 2 cigars that you have brought me that I've never smoked.
Had. Yes.
So I'm not able to go back to a memory to talk about it.
Yeah.
I'm actually having to take this one in completely.
As it is, yes.
As it is on camera. And so that's usually what you'd have to do, and so
it's a different experience.
Yeah,
right?
like you have to kind of, you can't go right out and say, this is what it is, this is what I get out of it.
No, because you've got to give it a little time.
Like you got to give it time, yeah. So, so what does this run? I didn't even...
Sub 10.
Really? Wow. I was looking at a few of the other ones in there after we walked the store. I went back in there and there's a couple of other ones in there that look interesting, and I think it's by the same people.
Yes.
So this is one of those opportunities where I'm going to go in there and get one of everything.
Yeah. So I'll tell you, the Black Star Line, this is a black manufacturer. So all of them that are in production have some significance to some reference of Black history. So we are in February, and Black History Month. Yeah, there you go. Didn't mean to do it, but shit, it happened.
Black History Year. Fuck it.
Appreciate it.
Just saying.
Listen, bro. I ain't gonna get political on the podcast. I'll leave it the hell alone, right? But
yeah. So I mean, hey, look, good construction. The thing is it's smoking really well. I got a clean line. I'm getting lots of
great ash.
Yeah, I'm getting lots of smoke. The drawing it's impeccable. Like this thing is drawing exactly how I want a cigar to draw.
Yes.
Not like a straw.
Yes.
Like you're just sucking through a straw.
Yeah.
But not like I'm gonna make my face red.
Yeah. You're dying. Yeah. You're trying to get the smoke.
Yeah. So like no, this is like just above that like straw level, which is fine. I love it. The lighter the draw for me, the better. And I know that probably means it's gonna burn faster and it's gonna be shorter, whatever. I don't care. Because for me, smoking a cigar is more about the experience than anything else. And
so this is never a long smoke for me.
I can see that.
I can run through this 45 an hour.
I could see that. I mean, this is I saw it on the thing. It labeled it as like a double Corona, and so like the ring gauge on this it's probably a 6x48 or something like that. Is what I would guess. Think. So that doesn't surprise me. But I mean, it tastes good, and it's strong. It's not shy about what it's trying to do.
No. So and strength is the key on this cigar. I'm not gonna lie. Like, there are great flavors in it. I enjoy smoking it but the strength is the key.
It's obvious. Yeah, that's definitely number one. But it's not like that's the only thing it has.
No. And so we've seen cigars that are either all flavor, no strength, or all strength, no flavor. This one is a little bit more strength.
This one's like 70-30.
Right. But there's still
strength,
enough in the flavor to pique your interest.
Yeah, enough. Especially if you retro.
Yes.
I'm getting a lot on the retro. But hey,
this is a cigar for an experienced person.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
No, I agree. This one is really, I wouldn't even say it's nuanced. It's very subtle.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, very subtle in the flavor notes. And if you're not someone that can pick out the notes and you just enjoy strength,
this would work for you as well.
You're still going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
And I love that this is sub $10. Wow, really? At retail?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So don't hold me to that. It might be right at like 10.
Okay,
but I think it's right under. Like I want to say it's. Here's the problem. I have stopped paying attention.
It's hard. It's hard to register singles pricing, right? Because we don't buy just one
cigar. So
right?
I like when I buy these,
we buy things in pairs.
I literally told them, I said, "Hey, I'm going to take the rest of the box in there," and I think it's 3 left, right? Like, so
right.
it's not a lot.
Yeah.
But they're inexpensive enough that I never went, "What the hell did you say?" Like, like I never flinched when he told me the total. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So I think this got better as it sat a little bit. Or the cigar just mellowed it to the point where it was more well-rounded for me, something like that.
It's interesting. The front end, it's almost like the cigar opened up the front end or something. The middle and the back are still basically the same, but the front end,
I think different. It really just was that we didn't warm up.
I mean, we primed.
Barely.
But yeah.
Right? So like maybe. it was prime episode.
And then let's go. Yeah, you might be right. But I mean, that's not to say that's not to diminish what we tasted, what we say we tasted. I think it's a good pour. You said it's like $200. I mean,
leave it.
Huh?
Leave it until the end. Final thoughts. Save it for your final thoughts.
Yeah, that's true. You're right.
Save it for your final thoughts. Because we have to say where we feel it stands as far as that goes. Right. I was hoping you checked your watch.
I did.
Because I didn't.
I did. So we, with all the extra stuff that we're doing, we've got 5-10 minutes.
All right, so we got to get to
Whoa, that's a heavy top.
It is.
Nice. I like that.
I'm keeping my bottle of water off the table purposely. You can't see all these labels, man. Like, ain't nobody paying us, so I'm not giving no free advertising.
Yeah, so I haven't had this one either. This is 105 proof.
15 years old.
15 years old. It was released in 24 as a limited edition. Distilled, I'm having a hard time reading that. Distilled by Ross and Squibb Distillery in Lawrenceburg, Indiana.
I don't know, but it may be.
See, here's the interesting thing. Remus is an MGP brand.
Yes.
So they let somebody else distill for their brand?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
Or is it just owned? It's a different location of MGP. That's interesting. I'll have to try to look that one up.
Like the top is excessively heavy.
It is heavy. It's very. The top is top heavy.
He make a funny. All right. So Jason has not tasted this either. The nose for me is proofy. At 105, it's just proofy.
It's a little proofy. It smells like it's more like 115, 112.
Mm-hmm. Not a whole lot going on as far as like
but
aromatics.
There's no aromatics at all. Like just standard bourbon aromatics. There's nothing special in here for me. And even what's there is light. It's mostly proof, which is kind of surprising to me.
There are other Remuses that I feel are much more aromatic.
It's even proofier on the palate. Wow. Okay, never mind on the palate. It's like 130. What the hell? Why does it taste so proofy? Like, and it just kept going. Like it.
And it's 15 years old.
And it's got this. You know how we sometimes describe tastes in the phrase of smells, right? It tastes like fresh cut grass, right? Something like that.
We've only described one bottle like that, and I remember exactly which bottle that is.
This tastes like I walked into an auto shop. It tastes like that smell, like oil in the air. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like metal and oil, and like my where my mind initially went was like turpentine. That's actually where my mind initially went. And then I'm like, no, it's more like the auto shop, like the old one. Like I'm talking about one that's been in operation for like 50 years, and like there's no bright colors in the whole place.
Just stale
like,
smelling.
Just like old oil and like just really? Like it even smells like it. Like now that it's kind of, that might be tough to finish. I don't like that at all.
Ding, 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 ding.
What the hell?
Ding, 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 ding. Like,
I'm not sure I'm going to finish. Well, I'm going to finish it, but.
Are you? Yeah, I mean, it costs damn near $300. Drink it. Like,
I'm like focusing so much on the drink, my cigar went out. Yeah, I was even trying to think of like something you might do with it to amp it up or like to supplement what I'm getting, but I don't even know what you would do.
I've let a lot of people taste it.
That's disappointing. Being from Gatsby, being a 15-year, it's 100 and whatever, 6 proof or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's very disappointing.
Don't disagree. All right, so I think we're getting close to time. Jason's relighting here, so let's go ahead and give our final thoughts. I think he already did the Gatsby, so I'll let you go ahead and go over to the Doc Holliday and talk about.
Okay, Doc Holliday. So just straight up the juice for $200, no. But everything else that comes with it, and that you can use this as a decanter, changes everything. And I'm pretty sure that's crystal. I'm not positive. I'd have to go look that up, but it's heavy, like crystal usually is.
Worst case scenario, it's a weapon.
Right? Yeah, exactly. I mean, so I feel like the juice is $100 and or $50.
Mm-hmm.
The decanter is $100,
mm-hmm.
and the gun and the box are $50.
The package.
Yeah, because even the box was like not cheap.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like it's I don't know what. Like it's
hard.
It's
heavy.
Like it's a hard case. I mean, it's not. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's heavy.
This thing weighs
like the presentation is real, bro.
This thing weighs like 15 pounds, 10 pounds, something like that.
And then
that's
you add
crazy.
the bottle to it, and so it's a good 20 pounds.
Yeah,
like
that's crazy.
The presentation is right.
Yeah. So I mean, for the package, $200 all day long.
Okay.
And then with the juice specifically, I mean, I really enjoyed the uniqueness of it. I didn't mind the lower proofing, of it. To me, it actually helped.
Yeah.
So between the two, it's not even a competition. I'm going with the Doc Holliday.
Okay.
It's not even.
Where you at on the cigar?
Yeah. So the cigar, man, I love finding new brands where I just try one and I'm like, hey, I kind of like that, Especially when I find out that it's like a boutique or a small business type cigar, And I'm having some burn issues at the moment, but that's because I'm talking and drinking and not smoking enough. But I'm getting a lot of subtle flavors especially in the retro. The strength has tamped, or my mouth has just gotten used to it. One of the two. But this is definitely a cigar that I would revisit.
Yeah.
And now I'm interested in the whole
line. Yeah.
The entire line I'm interested in. So that's where I'm at. How about you?
So I'll start with the cigar. Jason already told you I've had multiple of these. I've said already that I'm going to buy the rest of the box here, and I'm going to have Antoine order me a box that I can take home, because I think it's something that I personally would like to have in my regular rotation. It's a cigar that if I was only able to have one for the night, this would be it. It checks all the boxes for me, right? It's strong enough. There's enough flavor. It's a shorter stick, right? Like it's not going to take me 2 hours to smoke this, so it checks every box for me.
And I love that it doesn't break the bank.
Right.
Like it's not a $20 cigar.
Exactly. So if worst case scenario, something came up and I had to toss it, I wouldn't feel horrible about it.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
So I think this really checks a lot of boxes for me. Not to mention, as a Black business owner myself, it's always cool to support a Black-owned brand. So, not saying that I don't support other brands, but it's always cool to be able to support a Black-owned brand. There's that. The Remus Gatsby, it's just not good.
Right.
I've tried. I had it before we started this episode. I primed with it so I could taste it on a clean drop of water, see if that does anything. I tried it on a clean, fresh palate. It was better, but it's still not enjoyable, especially at the price point. I just don't like it. I appreciate a friend for getting it for me. Shout out to James. You are a real homie, because I said, like, I wanted to try it. I just couldn't pull the trigger on it. He's a friend that's been a friend for over 20 years. He comments on almost every one of our episodes. So if you want to find him, he's probably there in the comments somewhere. And it's a great gift.
Okay, that's better.
So it needs a couple of drops of water.
But it shouldn't need this.
No, not at 15 years old, not at a price point of almost $300.
It definitely helped. But I shouldn't have to adulterate it at $300.
The Doc Holliday, I'm in, right? Yeah. I don't know what the regular bottle of the 10-year Doc Holliday costs. If it's sub 100, it's worth it. Okay? If it's sub $100 or at $100, so 100 or less, if that's what the actual juice costs in a regular bottle, I'm in all day. I paid $189.99 for this, so $189 plus tax, so it was a little over $200 after. It was right at
$200.
Right at $200 when everything was said and done. For the presentation, everything that you get that comes with it, this will be a piece that people will come over and see the box and go, "What is that?" Right? It's going to be a conversation piece.
Yeah, I mean, because it's just massive.
It's massive, but once you open it, it's just a beautiful display, right? Yeah, and this bottle sitting by itself is a beautiful display.
Right. It's such a unique bottle too.
Right. It's very heavy, so I think all the way around, it's worth every dollar spent. Like I said, I'm happy with my purchase, and that's what I got.
All right, let's wrap it up, man.
All right, man. Y'all know what it is. This is another episode of High Proof Ashes. I forgot. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that little bell so that you get notifications when we drop new content, because we're really working to bring y'all good stuff and different stuff.
Yeah.
We are on location at Kulture Cigar Lounge. Don't forget, they're in Dalton, Georgia. Come out and see them. But I am Duran, no cool nickname. My partner,
Jason JB Smoke. I'll put some smoke in the air. We'll see y'all on the next one.